Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about my personal guitar, my Schecter Banshee Elite 7. This thing is what me and Jamie call a sports car guitar. This thing plays so smoothly, but it's built for performance as well, if you're really looking for it. I'd like to talk more about this guitar in general, my experiences with it, specifically if you're looking to look at a Schecter yourself. So this one is a higher end model, before the custom shop stuff. And back in the day, a couple of years ago now, probably 5+ years, it cost me $2,300, which was taken out of my Swiss bank account promptly. Yeah, let's talk more about this in general. Alright, so some of the features of this guitar that appealed to me when I bought it was, first of all, the locking mechanism on the back of the machine heads here. So you pop them through on the post, pop your strings through on the post, and then you tighten it up, and what it does, it holds it in place. So when you're tuning, it keeps it from, unwounding itself, but it also stops it from going untuned as well when you're playing. So multiple benefits there. Next, there's the neck. The neck is super thin profile. So it's super thin. I'll try and get that for you there. It actually looks thicker on camera, but if you look at it like there against the back wall, it's super thin, easy to get your thumb around. And for a 7-string, which is what this is, it's the neck is not that wide, which is what appealed to me in the first place. So very cool. It's got glow-in-the-dark frets, fret indicators on the side. If you're into that kind of thing, I haven't really, even though I played live with this, I never really found it that useful. Originally this had passive pickups, and I've changed it recently to some actives. Originally this had a 5-position toggle switch. I've changed it over to a 3 because of the new pickups. And yeah, it's got the nice cutout. It's got your full cutaway here for those people who like to really punish their instruments like me, really get in there. Yeah, full cutaways like the Stratocaster models. What else does this thing have? What else does this guitar have, man? I have no idea. It's also got a through neck on the back. Through neck meaning neck and the center piece of the body is one piece, but the two sides are glued to the center post. So what I'd like to talk about first is what I do like about this guitar. It plays very silky smooth, very much built for performance. So I'm a like a jazz kind of prog metal kind of dude. This is built for sweeping, it's built for tapping, it's built for thumping, it's built for all that good stuff. And it's very comfortable with all of that too. And no matter where you go on the neck, you feel like you've got full access, which is very important to me and my playing style. 24 frets as well. I also like the locking nuts on the back of the neck. Although this thing has had some tuning issues in the past, it relatively stays in tune anyway. For me, the action is very important, so I like it really low. So it has to be adjustable on any guitar that I get. And with this one, you can individually change the height. So not like a fixed bridge setup, like traditional ones, like say a Gibson or whatever, where it teeters up and down. This you can do all individually, which is very cool. Now I'd like to talk about some negatives on this one, on the Schecter Banshee Elite. Now I'm sure every guitar has some negatives, and I don't want to badmouth Schecter because I do enjoy playing this guitar, but I have had some issues with it, just being honest. Now I said earlier that there hasn't been tuning issues. That is all except our low B string on this thing. I've always had tuning issues with the low B. I don't know why. Maybe I'm cursed. Maybe I'm a crap guitarist. Probably that. It always seems to go out of tune even after a couple of minutes of playing compared to the other strings, which is very strange. Very frustrating for recording as well. But it could be just a unique issue to this guitar only and not all Schecters. Obviously, that's going to be the case. When I got this, it had passive pickups, and they were very warm sounding, but and they were great on clean, very cool. Actually better than these actives. But and it had a 5 position, so it was splitting up the humbuckers, split humbuckers. But obviously for metal and, you know, genting along, it's passives fall short. They don't have that compressed sound that you're after, and it didn't sound like it had the, you know, the yeah. So I changed it over to the EMBs, EMB pickups. Everybody must buy pickups, EMG pickups, and I'm much more happy with this setup. I like the 60. It sounds great. And I also, when I got the EMG pickups, I also changed the toggle switch to a Fender style 3-way to suit the new pickups, and that works fantastic. Just plug in. The action adjustment on this guitar is great, and I love that you can adjust it individually, but if you look there, you look very closely, you can see that they're Allen keys, or hex key, or whatever you want to call it. And they're so tiny that it's so hard to find a tool for it. I'm using a flat blade screwdriver, which is definitely what they recommend. You know, that's what I'm using because I can't find it. Probably get some cheap one from eBay that's going to break in 2 seconds, but, you know, not good, man, not good. I did have, also, I'm not sure if it's due to how long I've had it and I've really given this thing a beating, which I don't think I have. I mean, I've used it for cricket a couple of times, but as far as I know, these are built for that kind of thing. Some of the frets have actually popped out of position a tiny bit. They've risen higher than all the others, and I've had that in 2 positions. And I got some sandpaper out, and I did it myself, you know, a 7 Hills fret dressing. 7 Hills salad dressing, more like it. So, should you get a Schecter or this Schecter Banshee Elite 7 in general, I would say test it out first. All instruments may have issues later on in their life, depending on how they're stored or how they're used. But I am happy with this thing. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. So some days I wake up and it plays perfect and I can do all my toe sweeping and, you know, all this different kind of stuff. But some days it doesn't want to comply and then it becomes firewood in the afternoon, which is this thing's part-time job. I do like it. It's fun to play. And I'm most likely going to keep it until maybe I might move on to an 8-string eventually, as the natural progression of guitaring, up to the 36-string and the intergalactic 1,000-string bass with music uncomprehensible. But yeah, give it a try yourself. I do recommend it, but I recommend it with caution. So on a final note, I have had a Schecter before. I owned a black 6-string Schecter, and that thing was fantastic. And that thing was $1,000 cheaper than this. And that was perfectly fine. I use that for live shows. I use that not for recording, but and that was fantastic. So maybe I just got maybe a bad one, a love-hate one, LH, Schecter serial number. But yeah, try it out for yourself. I hope that clears up some things. If you've got some questions, shoot them below and I'll see if I can take a break out of my busy schedule of COVID lockdown to respond to your question. Thanks for watching.